Hello everyone, I'm Sarah. This is my literature review on the intersection between narrative and lead performance. The association between lead and literary conventions have created a discussion rich in the relationship between narrative theory and musical events. Hermeneutics of the lead can be drawn from the analysis of characterization, the way in which characters react to narrative events which reveals their beliefs, values, and personalities. These reactions are projected through transformations in the vocal and instrumental lines. When considered alongside performance studies, the reception of lead characters becomes contingent on the way in which performers deliver the music. This raises a question central to my project. How do interpretive choices in the piano line shape the listener's perception of character in lead? Early scholarship studied characterization through text-driven approaches. For example, in Schubert's Die Schöne Müllerin, Susan Ewens reads the nomadic descriptions of stones and water as inspiration for the miller to begin his journey. However, scholars such as Kofi Agawu criticize this approach, claiming that these conclusions are drawn from logical conveniences and fails to consider the potential that music has to generate its own interpretive meaning. Edward Cohn's seminal book, The Composer's Voice, acts as a watershed between the positive tradition and pro-performance stance of later lead scholars. He proposes that interpretation of character is created through the interaction between vocal and instrumental lines. Cohn claims the vocal line is a projection of the character's consciousness, while the instrumental line acts as a subconsciousness, carrying emotional states that the character may not recognize until later. His theory is significant because it is among the first to recognize the independent interpretive potential of the piano line in the lead, not treating it in support of the vocal line, but an independent expression of character. However, while Cohn identifies the piano line as an independent entity, his methodology is still rooted in score analysis. Caroline Abbate provides a solution in her work Unsung Voices, arguing that musical meaning emerges from the experiences of sound, the phenomenon known as prosopopea, where musical voices generate personification away from the physical limitations of the score. Abbate's argument claimed that this experience only reveals itself in performance. Thus, she implies that performance is a necessary condition to interpretation. This position is solidified by Nicholas Cook's Beyond the Score, arguing that analysis has moved beyond notation, becoming insufficient to represent a sonic art form. Cook and Abbate's work establishes the theoretical foundations of Benjamin Binder, where he redefines the lead as a musical poetic text in search of performance. Binder redefines the lead's meaning, arising through performance context, shaped by performance variables, such as the relationship between performance, venues, and performance occasions. This idea can be extended into the interpretive decisions of performers. Thus, when considered with Marjorie Hirsch's claim that the transformation of piano motifs shape character emotional states, it can be suggested that playing motifs differently in touch, articulation, and dynamics may alter how audiences perceive character. Despite emphasis on performance in lead scholarship, much of this work is uneven in focus. Studies of performance, such as by Daniel Leash Wilson, demonstrates how nuances of vocal timing and timbre can shape expressive meaning. Yet, the pianist's role in constructing narrative character is less frequently examined. Even when characterization is discussed in scholarship, it is often approached through score and text-driven analysis rather than recorded performance, such as the study of false characters by John Michael Cooper. The existence of research grants such as CHARM, the Center for the History and Analysis of Recorded Music, and publishing of scholarly discussions on performance implications reflects an increasing interest in performance and recording. Despite this, there is still limited research that brings together narrative theory, lead performance studies, and performance-led interpretive practice, this being the intersection where my project is positioned.